I heard him speak to me personally every day.
Seeking God deeper and deeper, she started having visitations to hell and to heaven. There was one place in hell you talk about that kind of really explains hell. It's called the Chamber of Despair.
Yeah.
Describe that to me.
Yeah. This was a place that people who are tormented by demons in their minds are sent to. These demons already were tormenting these people on the earth, causing them, even some people, to commit suicide. Rather than turn to Jesus for help, they didn't. They denied Jesus, got mad at Jesus, and the enemy was able to bring them there. These people were tortured daily. While I was going to get to this place, walking down this tunnel, this avenue with Jesus, I could hear this loud clanging noise. And what it sounded like somebody with a sledgehammer banging on chains. Bang, 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 like that, all the time, constantly. And so I was wondering, what is this noise? So finally, we get to this chamber, and I see this big clock hanging over the top of the chamber. And this clock represented to the people that they were going to be there forever. And the demons would chant to the clock. Every time the clock would chime, they would chant, "Forever, forever, you will be here. Forever you will be unloved, 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 forever unloved. Never, never will you ever feel loved. Never, never will you leave here." Things like that, over and over and over, constantly. When one demon got tired of saying it, another one would pick up the chant. Continually, these people were tortured like that. And so Jesus and I stood there and watched this, and Jesus talked to me about it, explained to me what was going on, and then he backed away from this chamber. And as he backed away, the people that were in there recognized that Jesus was there, because there's no light in hell. It's all darkness. The only light that was there was coming off of Jesus. And so when they recognized that there was this light that was being drawn away from them, they knew Jesus was there, and they started yelling out to him, screaming to him to help them. He said, "I can't help you now." And so I'm standing right beside Jesus, and he's got his arm around me. I'm close, and I could feel his broken heart for these people. His heart was so broken, and he had so much pain in his heart. He said, "Daughter, I am in more pain watching these people suffer like this needlessly." He said, needlessly. If they just had accepted me, if they had just turned from their sins and turned to me, this would not have been their lot in life. They would never have come here. He said, "I died for them so they would live forever in my kingdom."
What kind of love? Here are people that have rejected Jesus, that are already in hell with no point of return, and Jesus' heart is still filled with love with them, but he can't reverse it. You live once, and then the judgment.
Right.
Now, you learn so many secrets in your visitations to heaven and hell. Tell me, you learned there the secret of victory over evil.
Yes. He taught me as I was going through hell with him, whenever we would go into there are many different places in hell. Hell isn't just a burning pit. Hell has, just like the earth, there are different cities, different places. Hell has got all different places in it. And so as we would go from place to place, he would talk to me, and he would always warn me. Whatever I was looking at, he would tell me, "Look at what you're seeing through me. Don't look at it directly. If you look at that evil directly, it will upset you terribly. You will not be able to bear it. You must look at what you're seeing through me." So I would look at Jesus, and through Jesus, I would see what was going on in hell. And he taught me, he said, if you do this on the earth, if you keep your eyes on me and your focus fixed on me, when evil tries to come against you, I will protect you. I will guard you. I will warn you. You won't trip and fall. You won't fall into the trap of the enemy. Keep your eyes fixed on me.
Isn't that Isaiah 26:3? If you'll keep your eyes on me, I'll keep you in perfect peace. I'll tell you what, Donna came back with revelations observed in hell and heaven that will actually help you understand how pain and how sickness literally attach to people. Be right back. More. The room in hell with instruments of torture. Yeah. What was that like?
That was really graphic and gruesome to see. Whenever the Lord brought me to hell, it was just an awful sight to see. And he told me, he said, it's necessary. He said, I know you don't want to come here, but it's necessary for you to see this because I want my people to know all about hell, that it is a reality, that there is such a place as hell. I want you to understand the tactics of the enemy to hurt my people so that you can tell my children, so my children will be warned. And so one of the days he brought me to this place, and it was a room full of instruments of torture. There were braces to put around people's heads and tighten them up. There were spikes to drive down people's spines. There were all kinds of saws and pickaxes, different things like that, or hanging all over the room. And then I saw a demon come in. Demons, more than one, come in, grab some of these things, and rush out of the room. And so then in an instant, like you snapped your finger, I was from that room down to a city street. I was overlooking a city street in the United States. And I saw these demons riding on people's shoulders. I saw them driving spikes down people's backs. And people, the look on their face, they were in so much pain. And the Lord said to me,
well, what good is a pain pill if it's being caused by a demon?
Exactly.
The pain pill doesn't get rid of the demon.
No. And the Lord said to me, what you're seeing, you're seeing with your spiritual eyes. You cannot see this with your natural eyes. He said, but I'm showing you this with your spiritual eyes. This is true. And then I saw some people that had braces around their heads, and the demons were tightening them, and the people's faces were grimacing with pain. They were having terrible headaches. And the demons were laughing. This was just the greatest thrill, the more pain they were causing. Then I saw chains coming down off of people. And some had balls hanging on the chain. They were walking along, the ball and chain. And then I saw little children, and the little children were walking beside their parents. Most of the children did not have any chains on them. They were free. But some of the children, the chains were coming down off the parents and getting on the children's shoulder. A couple of children had smaller chains and small ball, and they were walking along. And what the Lord told me was that what was happening was that the parents were word cursing their children. The parents were saying, everybody in our family has cancer, you're going to have cancer too. Or you never listen, you never behave, you're never going to become anything. These were then coming off the parents and getting on the children, and the children were getting in chains. And the Lord told me, he said, what's causing my children to get into bondage is sin and their words. The sin is a trap of the enemy, and their words are the device the enemy uses to attack my children.
What difference would it make if the parents, rather than those word curses that they don't even understand, that have so much power, so much supernatural power, what if they blessed their children?
Their children would be free. Their children would be blessed. That God stored up in heaven, that he wants to come down to the earth, and their children would have